All right, welcome everybody to a special edition of the Dad at Arms channel. I am your host, Dad at Arms. I also go by Colt, and today is very exciting because I finally get to talk a little bit about Masters of the Universe Revolution. Following is going to be my very brief review of Revolution. It will be spoiler free, so that's the main reason it'll be a fairly short video today because can't really talk about everything. But don't worry, because later this week on the 26th, I will be posting a hour long, just a little bit over an hour, in-depth analysis and interview with Ted Biaselli from Netflix, where we really jump in and talk all about Revolution and touch on a lot of the big moments that happen. So that will be coming later. So as for now, this is just, you know, basic thoughts, kind of what I think of the show, and um, yeah, just a very brief spoiler-free review. Um, so here we go. I was given access to watch the show early, granted special journalist access from Netflix, which was really cool. This was, a dream come true to be able to get to see the new He-Man show early. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of Masters of the Universe, and so this was a real treat. Something that was really cool. Um, I love this show. I don't think that should come to as a surprise to anybody who has followed me or listened to any of my videos. I loved Revelation, and this was something that I was really looking forward to. Um, it's cut very much like a movie, so we're looking at probably about 2.5 hours total uh, of content, and the pacing is, along those lines. It tells a complete story, leaves room at the end for another chapter in this storyline, and I know that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping to have a trilogy with Revelation, Revolution, and then whatever comes next. So it does definitely tease and set up things to happen beyond Revolution. But overall, this tells a complete story. Everything's wrapped up. It doesn't feel rushed. What it introduces, and it does. It does a lot of fan service in this season. I'm sure people have seen the leaks and are curious about how those play out pertaining to a specific character whose toy was leaked early. Um, I had some pretty good guesses, and I was 2/3 right with how I thought this character would be incorporated. So overall, it was really fun. I was satisfied with how that character is introduced and developed, and how that all plays out. That was really cool and fun. Um, the voice acting is top notch. Mark Hamill and Hordak do amazing as the villains. William Shatner's role is really cool. We're not supposed to reveal that yet. I can finally talk about how our friend Ted Biaselli is the voice of Gwildor. I know a lot of people were thinking that maybe Shatner was the voice of Gwildor, but I guess you'll just have to continue waiting to find that out. But Ted is the voice of Gwildor, and to get an idea of what he sounds like, you can go back to the very first interview I did with him last year. There's a moment in that where he drops the Gwildor voice.
Should I go back in time? where is my cosmic key? Should I go back in time?
I'm not a tortum, Ice that didn't store its home coordinates.
I would have been able to go back and put all 10 episodes together.
Yeah. So it was a good choice. He does a good job, and it's more than a cameo. He gets a little bit of time, multiple lines, multiple scenes. It's very fun seeing him play off of Griffin Newman's fantastic Orko. So yeah, I can finally talk about that. So, this toy that I've been teasing, I can finally reveal that yes, it's signed by Griffin Newman as Orko and Ted Biaselli as Gwildor. And they signed this for me and sent it to me as a gift, which I thought was super cool and very kind of them. Yeah, lots of He-Man in this. Obviously, we all know how certain outlets like to complain about how Revelation didn't have He-Man in it and how he was sidelined. And I mean, that's been beaten to death, and we're all kind of sick of listening to the clowns complain about that kind of stuff. So going into this, there's plenty of He-Man on screen. I think there's more He-Man than Adam. He's obviously front and center throughout the entire thing. There are moments where he is Adam doing things, and it's all story related. So, I mean, that's there. Teela, her mission is more of a side quest, I guess plot B of the story. The big story of it is, He-Man and Skeletor and the Horde invasion and what's going on with all of that. But the B plot is Teela and what she's trying to do. And as we've seen, she goes to Dark Smoke to get snake magic for what she's trying to do. And so you'll just have to see how that plays out. It's a lot of fun. She goes through multiple transformations over the course of her quest, which is really cool. And the big thing, I guess, that I want to talk about, it's just hard to talk about this without actually, giving spoilers. The moment that I've been waiting 40 years for is finally here in this show, and it's fantastic. I will definitely be talking about this more, but I can promise you that if this is something that you're looking forward to and wanting to see, if you're wanting to see the moment where, Adam and Teela, He-Man and Teela finally, get together, finally, become a couple, my jaw dropped. It was on the floor. It was awesome. Just, yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it more when everybody has a chance to see it, because I don't want to spoil that moment, because it is fantastic and it's been worth this 40-year wait. I joke about it a lot, but it really does feel like it was made specifically for me, based on, what I like about Masters of the Universe. So it's hard not to love something when it feels specifically made for you. So there it is. If you know how I feel about it, if you know how I'm always talking about it and things like that, I am satisfied, and I think everybody will be satisfied with this. It's been said in other places that, this show is very, it takes care of He-Man fans. And if people are offended by things that happen in this show, then they're trying way too hard to be offended. And that's pretty sad. I'm sure the usual suspects will have plenty to say about it, but they're trying too hard. They really are. This show was made with love. This show was made with the fans in mind. This show is not it's not walking back what it did in Revelation, because everything that happened in Revelation is still, part of the story here, including the characters that are developed, the relationships that are developed. Nothing was altered from Revelation going into Revolution. This isn't, the big apology tour that some people make it out to be. This is just more of the story that they were telling from the beginning. And it's great. I don't like, giving like ratings and stuff like that, numerical ratings to things. I did like it. Sure, there could be some things that could be improved on, things that I can talk about more in depth later, a few nitpicky things. But I mean, overall, it's great. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It has a very good pacing. The music is fantastic. The art is phenomenal. It looks like there's been an upgrade in the animation. Man, that scene, it's so good. I want to talk about it so much, but I just don't want to spoil it for anybody. So don't worry, I will talk about it. As I said, I talk quite a bit about it in my interview with Ted, and we go into it a little bit, but I will definitely be talking more about it in future videos, and it will be fun. But this is something that fans of He-Man and Teela as a couple are going to be talking about for a long, long time. And this is an important step forward. in Masters of the Universe history. It's the first time we've seen this happen on screen, and it is really something. It is fantastic. So if that's what you're here for, you'll get it. You're eating good. If you're here for cool action, cool He-Man versus Skeletor fights, cool Skeletor versus Hordak fights, it's here. It's awesome. You know, He-Man's on screen doing He-Man stuff constantly. Lots of action, lots of cool fights, lots of explosions. So I honestly, like I said before, I don't know why people would have issues with this aside from little nitpicky things and personal preferences. But as a whole, people if people complain about this for their their woke reasons, then they're definitely trying too hard and they're looking to be offended, and you can't help that kind of outlook on life. It's sad and it's pathetic. So go into this ready to enjoy it. If you liked Revelation, I know you'll love this. If you didn't like Revelation, I think you'll probably like this. It just feels very fun, very colorful, very happy. You know, the overall tone of it is one of, you know, I guess Revelation had some very grim moments, you know, particularly part one with, Adam being dead and Tila grieving from that and struggling with her emotions and trying to come back from that pain. So it was very grim, you know. It was it was tragic. This show doesn't feel like this. This show feels like, everybody's there having a good time. Everybody's happy. He-Man is happy to be He-Man. Tila's happy to be Tila. They're happy to be He-Man and Tila together. And there's flirting and there's all kinds of stuff, going on. Everybody's just having a good time, and you can tell. So enjoy the show. It drops on the 25th. Please check out the channel again because I will have more to say. And my interview with Ted drops on the 26th. So you have time to watch the show and then check out that interview for all the spoilers and all of that discussion. And yeah, when the show drops, if anybody wants to talk about it, I'm always willing to talk Masters of the Universe. So, send me comments, send me messages, whatever you guys want to do. This is a victory for Masters of the Universe fans. This is a victory for Revelation fans. We got Revolution. It's here, and it's a lot of fun. So, no, it's not perfect, but it is a lot of fun. So, yeah, I will see you on the other side. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and share, and follow me on my socials.